glories of the universes by a senior, experienced angel. To tell the truth, the little angels were beginning to be tired and a little bored. They had been shown whirling galaxies and blazing suns, infinite distances and the deathly cold of interstellar space. And to his mind, there seemed to be an awful lot of it all. Finally, they were shown the galaxy of which our planetary system is but a small part. As the two of them drew near to the star which we call our sun, and to its circling planets, the senior angel pointed to a small and rather insignificant sphere, turning very slowly on its axis. It looked as dull as a dirty tennis ball to the little angels, whose minds were filled with the size and glory of what they had just seen.
Now, my minions, pay attention. I want you to pay particular attention to that one, right there.
That one. But it looks so small, and it looks kind of dirty. What's so special about that one?
Well, that is the visited planet.
Visited? You don't mean visited by...
Yes, I do, indeed. That ball, which no doubt to you looks a little untidy, small, insignificant perhaps, that was visited by our young Prince of Glory.
But... Do you mean that a great and glorious prince, with all his wonders and splendors of his creation and millions more that I'm sure we still haven't seen yet, went down in person to that fifth-rate little ball? What's so special about that one?
Well, it isn't for us to discuss the wheres and the why for us, except that I have to point out to you that the Creator, he's not as impressed with size and numbers like you are. But what I do know is that he went. And anybody who knows anything in heaven knows that. As to why he became one of them, how else could he visit them?
Do you mean to tell me that he stooped so low to become one of those creeping, crawling creatures on that floating little ball?
I do. And don't think that the Creator wouldn't take exception to you calling them those creepy, crawling creatures in that tone of voice. For strange as it seems to us, he loves them. And he went down to visit them, to lift them up, to become like him. And now, my minions, I want you to close your eyes, and we're going to go back in what they call time. Sound effects, Gary, sound effects. All right, now look. Open your eyes.
What are we looking at?
Well, you are seeing this world as it was 2,000 years ago. Every flash and glow of light that you see there is something of the Creator, God's wisdom and knowledge imparting itself into the human consciousness, into their hearts, into their minds, into everybody who lives on that planet. Now, not many people, you know, not many can see him or hear his voice or understand what he's saying, even though he is speaking quietly and gently to them all the time.
Why are they so blind, deaf, and stupid?
It's not for us to judge them. We who live in this eternal light, in this splendor, we're not used to what it's like being in the dark. We hear the music, and we hear his voice, like the sound of many waters. We hear it all the time in our own lives, but to them who live in darkness and with all that noise and all that distraction, they can't. There's only a few who are humble and quiet and wise. They're the ones that hear his voice. Now watch. In a moment, you're going to see something amazing.
The earth went on turning and circling around the sun, and then quite suddenly, in the upper half of the globe, there appeared a light. Tiny, but so bright in intensity that all the angels had to hide their eyes.
I think I can guess what happened. That was the visit, wasn't it?
Yeah, indeed, that was the visit. The light himself went down there and lived among them. But in a moment, you'll be able to tell that even with your eyes closed and shielded, the light will go out.
Why?
Well, it wasn't because he couldn't hear he could not bear their darkness. He did have to return there. It wasn't for that reason, though. They failed to recognize him for who he was. Or at least there were only a few that knew him. For the most part, they preferred their darkness to his light. And in the end, they killed him.
What? Why would they do that? They don't deserve to.
Well, neither you nor I nor any other angel knows why they killed him. Why they were so foolish and why they were so wicked. Nor can we say what they deserve or what they don't deserve. But the fact remains, they killed the Prince of Glory while he was a person among them.
And is that the end? We can see the earth, it's becoming darker and black. Okay, I won't judge them, but surely, is that the end?
No, it's far from the end. That's not the end of the story of the visited planet. Now watch, and be ready to cover your eyes again, because something else is happening.
In utter blackness, the earth turned round 3 times, and there blazed with unbearable radiance a point of light.
What now?
Well, they killed him all right, but he conquered death. You know, that's the thing that humans feared the most, and they couldn't get over. They feared it all their lives. The thing they feared, he broke and he conquered it. He rose again. And a few of them saw him, and they went on to become his utterly devoted servants.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
Amen. Now, look again. The dazzling light is gone. The prince has returned to his home of light. But keep watching the earth.
As they looked, in place of the dazzling light, there was a bright glow which throbbed and pulsated. And then, as the earth turned many times, little points of light spread out. A few flickered and died, but for the most part, the lights burned steadily. And as they continued to watch, in many parts of the globe, there was a glow over many, many areas.
Do you see what's happening? That bright glow is the company of loyal men and women that he left behind. And with his help, they're spreading that glow. And those lights are beginning to go over all the earth. They're shining all over the earth.
Yes, but what happens now? Do all the little lights line up? And will it be all light as it is in heaven?
You know, we simply don't know. That's in the Father's hands. You know, sometimes it's agony to watch, and sometimes it's unspeakable joy. The end is not yet, though. That's the good part. But now I'm sure that you can see why this little planet is so important. It's because he visited it. And he's working out his plan on it.
Yes, I do see. Even though I don't quite understand, I'm never going to forget that this, right here, it's the visited planet. The visited planet.
Hey, wait a minute. Back in my office tomorrow morning with the